Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so we are going to start off here with QQQ today on the daily time frame, and I'm going to right off the bat point out that we did fill this gap left open on the first up at 380.69. We rejected off that. The high of today's candlestick was 380.83, so I think it's safe to say that is where, like, almost exactly where sellers just piled on this thing. What I'm also going to point out is something we pointed out in yesterday's video, is that the 0.786 Fibonacci from this high to this low is right here on the gap fill. So you do have confluence there for sellers to step on in, and it does look like that was the case over here with QQ. And then you have the same thing on SPY. All right, the 0.786 Fibonacci 454 is what we were paying attention to. If price were to get above there and have a daily close above that level, I'm going to say we are likely coming back up to visit 460 over here on SPY. And if QQ does so, gets above this 0.786 Fib, I'm going to say it's likely that we're coming back up to try for 390. All right, this doesn't have to be the case, but typically, all right, if this is just going to be a retracement, you're going to see it stop at the 0.786 Fib or the golden pocket, which is exactly where we started getting sellers stepping in here. All right, now what I also will point out here is you do have an ugly double bottom over here in SPY, and we could just cool off here to come revisit the neckline of that double bottom. So that is on the table. I'm not saying that's going to be the case, but I will also point out here on SPY, something I forgot to mention. We are now seeing a rejection candlestick right here off of this supply zone that we've been paying attention to. If we broke above this high right here at 445.22, we were looking for price to come test 451.55. And I'm not saying we're going to fill this gap. If you do fill the gap, you're probably coming up here. So I'm not going to say you're going to fill the gap, but you got damn close to filling that gap as well. And on QQ, as you see, we already did fill the gap. So if sellers are going to step in, guys, now's your chance. All right, because if you do not step in here, you likely are just going to have a short squeeze and come right back up to the highs. So that is what I want to make very clear here on this video. All right, but yeah, you had a shooting star candlestick over here on QQ, the same candlestick formed over here on SPY, inverted hammer, bearish candlestick, whatever you want to call this thing. All right, they weren't bullish candlesticks, and they were happening right from a place where we should have had rejection there. Okay, because until a level is broken, we should expect that, you know, if it's support, it's going to hold. All right, if it's resistance, that's where sellers are going to step in. Well, guys, until, you know, price action can prove to us that this is not going to be used as a supply zone with a bunch of sell orders up there, we have to assume that rejection is going to be the case. Now, that was the case this morning. You did gap up off of positive news. All right, but you gave it back throughout the day. So I don't think this is the most bullish thing. I still do think we're going to at least cool off here for a, you know, a little retracement of this move if you take it going like that. All right, and we could come all the way back down here to 442 to 439. But I am also going to point out, if price just wants to come to the 50% retracement right here, that does perfectly align with the 445.22 neckline of this ugly double bottom we got going on down there. All right, so on QQQ, you do also have the ugly double bottom, and the, you know, the lows were right there. The neckline of this bad boy is going to be at 372.74. All right, so this level right there, which again, that would align with the 50% retracement right there. All right, guys, so that is pretty much it. Let's actually, before we get on out of here, I do want to point out Tesla, guys. Tesla, talk about perfect technical analysis going on here on this Tesla chart. Okay, so over here, all right, keep in mind your boy was saying Tesla's downside is also very limited. I really just wish I listened to myself on everything and just, you know, just fully took advantage of it. But no, you had a lot of permanent bears just talking on Twitter and stuff like that, and even in my comment section there were some people, you know, commenting, oh, we're going 420. No. I'm going to tell you right now, until you break 430, you got no chance of 420. After you break 430, then you got a solid chance of seeing 420. But things have to happen before you make some crazy projections, such as we are going to fall off a cliff here, even though we've already fallen off a cliff. But now we do have the daily RSIs. They all reset up here, as you can see, guys. They are all the way up at almost 60 over here. So Everything does have room to fall if that is going to be the case. And, there's that. But yeah, back to Tesla over here. If I could find it. Guys, perfect rejection going on at the zone right here. All right. You literally bounced perfectly off the support right here. Went up. You had this bull flag looking structure right there. You had the break and retest on this day right there. And then boom, you ran and found sellers at resistance. This is like absolutely sexy looking. But I am going to point out right here, this was your breakout level. You got a touch point over here. You got a, buyers trying to hold the line over there. You got a touch point right here. All right, touch point right here. So I do want to point out, now you are retesting this level. All right, so you're going to find buyers. They're going to commit at 240.70 if they are going to step back in. If you see this level lost, you're probably going to come all the way down here to the low of this candlestick at 228.18. And then we are, flirting down here with the current low, which is all the way down at 212.36. All right. Other one I am going to bring up is Apple. Now, this is the only reason we could end up staying up here on SPY and QQ for a little while until Apple wants to fill this gap. I did mention yesterday's video that we are so close to this gap, so I would not be surprised if it, went up and filled it, and then we saw a reversal. All right, but I do want to point out you are getting above support here. Well, it was resistance. Now it's going to act as support. So until Apple loses 186.60, I don't think we're going to get any aggressive sellers over here on SPY and QQQ. All right, you don't really, I'm just saying, guys, we've had like clear as day. The buyers have stepped in here. So you're going to need to do some damage to these charts if you're going to get like a big sell. If it's not going to, be terrible over here, I'm just going to say right now, I know there's a bunch on this chart right now, but let's just take away the fibs. All right, and this is the low that we were paying attention to, 450.16. That was yesterday's low. All right, but if this is just going to be, like if it's going to be a big sell, we're going to have to see this zone right here get lost. All right, let's just delete that real quick. All right, we're going to have to see 444 to 443 get lost again, and at that point, that's when this is on the table. All right, but until that happens, guys, I don't think there's really a reason to don't bet the farm on the short side. We just literally got shown that buyers were fully able to push price up. That's what I'm getting at. So when everyone was getting super fearful, we ended up doing this. So until price really wants to prove it with a break of the zone, this is the heavily traded zone we've been paying attention to. You got a lot of touch points here. 1, 2, gap up, we'll call that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're about to get our 8th, but the last 2 tests were to the downside over here. And just like it held over here, we're probably going to at least get something like this. All right. And then if you come down and break it, that's when you have on the, lower time frames here, you'll have a downtrend. But as for now, guys, you do have a daily uptrend on the daily. That makes sense. All right. You got an uptrend here on the daily time frame. So if you pull back, you got to really do some damage to these charts. All right. Like your last low was all the way down here. You can pull back to even here and then go back up and you're still in your uptrend. So I'm just going to say right now, short with caution. That is what I'll tell you. All right. But I will point out this is the perfect spot to be testing one of those bad boys out. You risk a daily close over that 0.786 fib we were talking about. All right. And if it does get a close above, guys, sellers were not really, they weren't about it. All right. The buyers were strong at this level, which means we're probably going to get a move up here and at least come fill this 455 gap and before a pullback. But then let's say we get something like this where we just, get above the 0.786 fib, maybe fill the gap. All right. Have that reversal. Guys, we can see a big pullback all the way down here and you're still going to be in an uptrend. You got your last low was all the way back here. So, short with caution. Same over here with QQ. Your last low was, what is this? $20 lower? Literally $20 lower. So yeah, short with caution because these dips are probably going to be aggressively bought up if they, are giving an opportunity to get bought up. All right. With that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.